and the Atlanta Falcons. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's go! Ready, blue 80! Back 25!
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Let's go! Wait! Wait!
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Steps away. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
11! Ready, set! Ready, blue 80! Space, space! That's trash! Ready, go!
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And right away, he lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Gun, gun! Great, great, great! Gun, gun!
Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go, fellas.
loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1.
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And it's still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this one is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Newton now to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. The shotgun snap for Newton. Big hold of the 30. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Now the ball comes loose, and the Falcons grab it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Let's go. Hey, we got four. We got four down.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check me out. We got 3 down. We got to stand up there.
On second down, here's Ryan. Oh, and now he bowls him over, escaping the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Got it. 12. 22. Mike 5'9". Let's go.
Now it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
To throw on second down is Newton. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Gun. Do what's it. 180.
From the gun, here's Newton. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, here's Newton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his pass incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the field. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now the pitch to Freeman. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I can't help it, partner. I love backs who have a lot of burst.
Yeah, they ran the toss play. By the way, sometimes you'll hear toss and pitch used interchangeably, but that was the toss.
Well, for me, a toss, quarterback takes the snap, turns around, tosses it to
like
the tailback.
Like an egg underhand.
Yeah, like an egg underhand, really with 2 hands. And a pitch, usually like you're running an option-type play, and you pitch it out there to the trailing back.
Goes end over end like a field goal.
Yeah, where you turn it over, make sure that thumb turns down and the ball flips end over end slowly and delicately to your running back.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists in their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
But that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, Newton. And the grab by Croft. And now running right through it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And Newton's going to keep it. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the run, Newton going to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. McCaffrey on the counter. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Okay, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen in today's NFL, they're going to weigh over 300 pounds, but that doesn't mean they don't have agility. And the way that they can get out in front of a runner and create a space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction, and the runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because it's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tech McKinley in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Operating from the gun, Newton. And the pressure gets to him again.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton forced out to his left. He's going to Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Right. Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. Flush to his right. He completes it right side to White. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ready, like 25. 21. 20. Right there, 54, right there. 54, Mike. Ready, let's go.
Ryan leads with Freeman on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Got it, back 25. Got it. Hey, Rick Lance.
On second down, Ryan. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down. The Falcons on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6.
Mike, check, 59. Watch the flag. Mike 5'9",
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Do so.
Operating from the gun. Newton, he's going to wind up and air it out. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now Ryan on first down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
To throw on second down, Ryan. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play there for the Panthers. And even 50 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, it's Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Ryan. Looking for White on the deep ball. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. He's going to loft one deep left side. And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 77 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead now stands at 13. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Newton on first down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Second and 10, Newton again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. Caught left side by Funchess. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Newton finding Funchess for the Panther 1st down.
Here we go. Do some. Express. Gun.
Now Newton on 1st down. Throw outside. McCaffrey's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Gano's kick is right through. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And spins away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Newton. Dancing to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right to the 3. Get it.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Gun.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Now he's forced out left. Now he'll throw deep left side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Space. Johnny, ready. Hey, Tuesday. Gotta go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 53 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Hey, express. Gun.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. To throw on 2nd down, Ryan. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. K1 short. Busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now it's Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Gun. Now get hit.
From the gun, Newton buying time to his left. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st down, Newton. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. Oh, and the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Now Ryan leading the Falcons up to go for 2. Now Ryan. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 69 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Gano the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short. Getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3. 3 down, 3 down.
Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
20. Hey, watch that. Check play. Gun. Gun. Go.
Ryan. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Gun. 12. 54, south.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
11. Ready. Back 25. Ready, go.
To throw is Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Hart. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Hey, Rick Lance. We got 4 now. Check three. Ready to go.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Set with 8. That's right now. Gun.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Gun. Ready.
Out of the gun, Newton. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Hey.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are. Stay with who you know. and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
20.
Throwing again. Newton. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Ted McKinley in there for sack number 22 on the year. Just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Newton. Can fight it. He lost the football. It's out. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
20. Ready.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Luke Kuechly in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey. 20. Line, 20 plus tonight. 11. 22.
From the shotgun, Ryan looking for White on the deep ball. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Operating from the gun. Newton stepping up. He's going to keep it. Rumbling past the 30. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Newton on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's second and long. Newton. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Newton. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Grady Jarrett Jared in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Newton to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Deion Jones. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Now it's Newton. Being chased out left. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Pretty good job escaping the pressure. Gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Grady Jarrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Falcons, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Carolina, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now on the year. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.